Becky Lynch is new SmackDown Women's Champion. What now? Welcome back to the ACB Wrestling Talk channel, your main source for wrestling news, topics, discussion, previews, all that kind of good stuff. I am your host, Alexis Carrillo, and tonight is an episode of SmackDown Live that a lot of people have been looking forward to because it is an episode of SmackDown Live where their fan favorite Becky Lynch is a brand new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. She beat Charlotte at Hell in a Cell, what a lot of people wanted, what a lot of people predicted, amongst which I was not. I predicted Charlotte would retain, and I would have saved this big moment, this big coronation for Evolution, possibly even for the SmackDown 1000 episode. But hey, I'm not the one writing WWE TV. I'm not the one who knows exactly where they're going. All I can do is just view the show, view where they go, the twists and the turns, and analyze and assess that. So that is what I am doing. What is next for Becky Lynch and Charlotte as champion? One thing is for sure, WWE is going to have to be very cautious on how they handle Becky Lynch in her promo tonight, on tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. Because we saw her right after SummerSlam. They tried to do a heel promo, and the audience rejected it. They cheered Becky Lynch at every turn, and we saw it. Becky Lynch even had to resort to bad-mouthing and insulting the fans to get a few boos. Then, this past Tuesday night when she attacked Charlotte from behind, with the skies, the brunette hair, you heard a little bit of boos, but still, I think the fact that Becky Lynch is SmackDown Women's Champion is just going to be too much for the audience to handle. They're going to be cheering. They're going to be in full support of Becky Lynch. So we'll just have to wait and see how WWE handles her coronation, her celebration promo, which I'm sure she will have on tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. Now, on the flip side, what will Charlotte Flair do? We all saw it at Hell in a Cell how Charlotte Flair extended her hand, looking for a handshake, showmanship, former best friends with a little bit of a fight, maybe trying to mend fences. Becky Lynch did not want any of that, and she just walked away with her newly won title. So we'll just have to wait and see how Charlotte reacts to that. But the best thing that I'm looking forward to for this feud is that, in my opinion, now that Becky is the new SmackDown Women's Champion, this feud has to culminate at Evolution. This feud has to be the main event at Evolution, although it might not because of Ronda Rousey, but we'll get to that later. All I know is that this will be the most interesting match going into Evolution on October 28th. AJ Styles, the WWE Champion, retained his title at Hell in a Cell, albeit with a little bit of controversy. Tonight he faces off against Andrade, Cien, Almas in what is, at least in my consideration, a dream match. Yes, it is a non-title bout, and yes, we can expect Samoa Joe to possibly make an appearance, cause an interference, do something pre-match, post-match, during match. I think it's safe to assume that Samoa Joe will have some kind of involvement in this match because, like I said, there was controversy in that title bout last Sunday. AJ Styles was tapping to Samoa Joe. He was submitting. The referee didn't see that, and so I think Samoa Joe has some grounds on that, in that case, to make a case for a title match. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes down. And I think they achieved what I was really fearful of, WWE I'm talking about, is Samoa Joe lost the match, AJ Styles retained the title, but they did not make Samoa Joe look weak. Samoa Joe did put AJ Styles in distress. Like I said, he made him tap. The referee didn't see that. That's not Samoa Joe's fault. So, obviously, we are yet to see any more Samoa Joe Wendy's on SmackDown Live tonight and for many SmackDowns episodes to come. One thing that I'm most excited about, first of all, because Shinsuke Nakamura, ever since he won the United States Championship, he has been practically neglected by WWE brass, by the Smackdown writers. We're going into Hell in a Cell, and yes, 7 matches, 2 of them in a cell. You weren't going to have a lot of time, but you don't neglect and you don't put Nakamura in the shadows, because he is not only the U.S. champion, but he is one of the best performers on the roster. And tonight, he defends his U.S. title against Rusev. And I think, and if I'm booking this show tonight, I would pull one of the biggest twists, one of the biggest surprises of all time. Well, not of all time, obviously, but of recent times. I would have Rusev actually win the title from Nakamura, bringing back the U.S. title in the eyes of the fans, because that title has been neglected pretty much since before SummerSlam because of Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton's feud. Shinsuke Nakamura wasn't really the main focal point. And with that, Rusev, a fan favorite with his Rusev Day, he is U.S. champion, and now Nakamura has a bone to pick with him because he's got his U.S. title, and we lead on with that. We bring the U.S. title back to relevancy with that. Also being advertised, speaking about Orton and Hardy, it is being advertised that they return from Hell. Their big match at Hell in a Cell with that damn ruthless, cringe-worthy screwdriver spot. I'm telling you, every time on an episode of SmackDown Live leading up to Hell in a Cell, when they were really passing and they were airing the promos leading up to the big Hell in a Cell match, and we saw how Randy Orton pulled on Jeff Hardy's earlobe, I just looked away. I could not witness that one more time. I could not witness that time and time again. It was cringe-worthy as hell. The first time they did it, I did not want to watch it, and then Hell in a Cell with that screwdriver spot, you know, that made me hate Randy Orton, which is what you want since he is the heel. But, like I also predicted, Randy Orton won that match. And the feud, the rivalry keeps going. How will Jeff Hardy retaliate? What will he do? A lot of fans are speculating that he might return his brother Nero. I would not be against that, because that would be a hell of a mind game to play against the Viper. So, will Brother Nero appear on tonight's episode of SmackDown Live? Possibly. If that is in the future, if that is in the cards, I'm thinking maybe a little bit of a reference to it tonight, leading up to a main reveal probably next week or the week after that. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes down. And finally, what is also advertised is a mystery guest for the most must-see television show on WWE television, Miz TV. And frankly, I have no clue who that mystery guest might be. Also, a bad prediction that I made. I predicted Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella to win that match. That did not happen. Maurice and The Miz got the best of them once again, thus continuing the rivalry, continuing the feud. And one thing I do expect from this Miz TV segment is that Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella will not stay backstage. They will not stay in the shadows. They will state their voices. They will make their voices heard. And we'll see how that goes down for The Miz and Maurice, the It couple, who's been on quite of a roll with their wins recently. So anyway, that's the SmackDown preview for tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. Make sure you tune in on the USA Network. If you like wrestling news, wrestling topics, discussion, previews, all that kind of good stuff, consider subscribing. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. And tell me, what could I have done better? What you didn't like about this video? What you did like about this video? Leave it on the comment section below. That's it for me. Till next time.